Hey everybody, welcome back to the Wolf Pit with another episode of What Are We Eating? Last week, I enjoyed a sodium overloaded, yet very delicious, 2-piece white meat chicken meal with mashed potatoes and gravy, Cajun rice, and a biscuit. While I was enjoying my salt platter, I remember seeing a sign for loaded Cajun fries featuring Cajun gravy. So I decided to head back up to my local Popeyes and try the loaded Cajun fries featuring Cajun gravy. And this was really my Popeyes right down the street. So here's an MTV Cribs-like tour of my own local Popeyes. And this is where all the Wolf Pit magic happens at Popeyes. Now I was really skeptical about trying these fries, and I almost didn't really want to do the review. Why? Because I don't really like Popeyes fries. So you're probably thinking, why is he trying them? But if you watch my channel often, it's obvious. But if you don't, it's not so obvious. But I do it for you, the people, so you don't have to, and we can see exactly what we're eating. The loaded Cajun fries featuring Cajun gravy starts off with Cajun fries, of course, then Cajun gravy, shredded cheddar cheese, and finally, bacon. Everything is better with bacon. I'm not really sure if that's really how they're assembled, but from the order I got, that's how it looks like they're put together. Finding the ingredients and nutrition for the loaded Cajun fries proved to be impossible. My Popeyes didn't have the information, 2 other local Popeyes didn't have the information, and I even called Popeyes corporate office in Georgia, and they didn't have the information either. So I did my best to give you, the people, the best information I could. The Cajun fries have more ingredients than you could imagine French fries ever having. But it does make sense. They have a coating and seasoning on them. Like I said, not all of the information is available for the loaded Cajun fries. So take the numbers I'm about to give you with a grain of salt, pun intended. I'm assuming it's going to start off with a large order of fries. If that's the case, there's 804 calories, 42 grams of total fat, 15 grams of saturated fat, 2 grams of trans fat, 10 milligrams of cholesterol, 1,761 milligrams of sodium, 97 carbohydrates, 9 grams of fiber, 1 gram of sugars, and 10 grams of protein. Even though we went over the ingredients for the Cajun gravy in my last video, it still amazes me at how many ingredients there are in their gravy. It's just absurd, isn't it? The gravy nutrition was not listed on Popeye's website either, nor was mashed potatoes without gravy. So I got the numbers for the mashed potatoes without gravy and subtracted that number from the mashed potatoes with gravy to get the nutritional information for the gravy. Does that make sense? It does to me, but that doesn't really mean it makes sense. Again, this is me assuming that they use the same amount of gravy on the Cajun fries that they would in a large order of mashed potatoes. If that's the case, the gravy has 30 calories, 3 grams of total fat, 3 grams of saturated fat, no trans fat, 15 milligrams of cholesterol, 630 milligrams of sodium, 3 carbohydrates, 2 grams of fiber, 3 grams of sugars, and 6 grams of protein. Then the cheddar cheese, which I won't go over the ingredients since it's not Popeye's cheddar cheese, since I'm just using a random cheddar cheese and don't know for sure what kind of cheddar cheese Popeye's uses, but I will go over the basic nutrition for cheddar cheese, which on the order I received looks to be about approximately a 1/4 cup of cheddar cheese. So for a 1/4 cup of cheddar cheese, there's 110 calories, 9 grams of total fat, 6 grams of saturated fat, no trans fat, 25 milligrams of cholesterol, 170 milligrams of sodium, 1 carbohydrate, less than 1 gram of fiber, no sugars, and 6 grams of protein. Finally for the bacon, and again, I'm using a random brand of real bacon because I don't know what kind of bacon Popeyes uses since it's not listed on their site. And again, on my order of loaded Cajun fries, there looks to be approximately a 1/4 cup of bacon in my order. The nutrition for the bacon is per tablespoon, and there's 4 tablespoons per 1/4 cup. So for a 1/4 cup of bacon, there's 120 calories, 8 grams of total fat, 4 grams of saturated fat, 8 milligrams of cholesterol, 640 milligrams of sodium, no carbohydrates, no sugars, and 12 grams of protein. I'll add up all the numbers for the loaded Cajun fries at the end. So here's my order of loaded Cajun fries featuring Cajun gravy that costs $2.49. If you take a closer look, I think my estimates of a 1/4 cup each of bacon and cheese was pretty close, and the large order of fries. But where's the gravy? The container was pretty heavy, so there had to be something else in here. Maybe it's the gravy. By the way, these are the first order of hot fries I've gotten. People will always try to imitate, but will never duplicate the revolutionary Plastispork. I dove in for my first bite, and I've got to be honest, my mouth was watering. I got just a couple fries, but they were nice and cheesy. So right into my pie hole they went. And they weren't bad. I really like the cheese on them, but where's the gravy? I got another bite, and it was at this point I realized a spork isn't the right utensil for these. A fork would have been much better for maximum penetration, which is required for big bites. This bite had a good amount of cheese and bacon, which combined into an explosion of deliciousness in my mouth. The combination of the bacon and cheese on the Cajun fries was definitely changing my opinion on Popeye's Cajun fries. But again, where's the gravy? So I gave it all a mix, and you can really see they didn't skimp on the cheese and bacon or the fries for that matter. But then I felt like Jed Clampett for a minute. That was when I found the liquid gold. There was the Cajun gravy I was looking for. The spork at this point was really becoming frustrating when I couldn't shrink the fries like a snitch. But once sufficient penetration was made, I got some fries with the Cajun gravy. The fries, bacon, cheese, and gravy simply created an abundance of deliciousness in my mouth. But from all the commercials and signs I've seen, you're supposed to enjoy these along with ranch dressing, which you already know I love ranch dressing. I tossed the spork and went in with my hands, which was definitely easier than using the spork. Now, although I love ranch dressing, it added absolutely nothing. These loaded Cajun fries with Cajun gravy were good on their own. They didn't need any ranch. So here's the total numbers for the whole container of Cajun fries with Cajun gravy. Again, Popeyes didn't have all the information, so I researched as best I could to come up with what I think is a close and fair calculation. For the whole order of loaded Cajun fries with Cajun gravy, there's 1,064 calories, 62 grams of total fat, 28 grams of saturated fat, 2 grams of trans fat, 58 milligrams of cholesterol, 3,201 milligrams of sodium, 101 carbohydrates, 10 grams of fiber, 4 grams of sugars, and 24 grams of protein. So here's my overall thoughts on these loaded Cajun fries with Cajun gravy. I really liked them, which even surprised me since I don't normally like Popeye's fries. The fries were nice and hot and fresh, the bacon was good, the cheese was cheesy, and the gravy was also good. I had to make myself stop eating these, because the more I ate, the more I wanted, and I would have ended up eating the whole container. Like we saw in my last Popeyes video, we know the food is delicious, but we also know it's not good for us to eat often. Occasionally, it's not going to kill you. I like these enough that I would get them again, but I'd have to share with someone. So with all of this said, I'm giving Popeye's loaded Cajun fries an 8 out of 10. I'd also recommend passing on the ranch. It's simply not needed. If you'd like to help support the Wolf Pit, consider being a patron. You can pledge as little as $1 a month. That's only $12 for the whole year. Or you can pledge more. That's up to you. Either way, every little bit's appreciated and helps me produce more high-quality videos more often for you, the people. Thank you all very much for watching. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe, and I'll see you soon.